Laxton. I am going to read the Pardoner's Tale to you and explain some things along the way so that you know and understand what's going on in this story. Okay, so I hope this helps you. It's of 3 rioters I have to tell, who long before the morning service bell were sitting in a tavern for the drink, and as they sat they heard the handbell clink. Before a coffin going to the grave, one of them called the little tavern knave and said, "Go and find out at once, look spry, whose corpse is in that coffin passing by. And see you get the name correctly too." "Sir," said the boy, "no need, I promise you. 2 hours before you came here, I was told he was a friend of yours in days of old. And suddenly, last night, the man was slain upon his bench, face up, dead drunk again." So, there's 3 riders or 3 men who are at a bar, at a tavern, and it's the early hours of the morning, and they're still there, and they see a coffin going by, and they ask the tavern knave, or what we would call a busboy today, who died. And he says, "Well, I don't need to look into it. I already know. It was somebody that you were friends with in days of old, so a long time ago. And they found him on a bench, dead." So, line 72. "There came a privy thief, they call him Death, who kills us all around here, and in a breath he speared him through the heart. He never stirred. Then Death went his way without a word." So death is being personified here. That's why there's a capital D, and it's giving death human-like characteristics, using personification. So, and he's saying that death is what killed him. And then Death went his way without a word. So he killed him and then left. He's killed 1,000 in the present plague, which is why we had you look up information and watch a video on the Black Death. This is the context of the story, and death personified is the Black Plague. And you can read that there. So, "And sir, it doesn't do to be too vague. If you should meet him, you had best be wary. Be on your guard with such an adversary. Be primed to meet him everywhere you go. That's what my mother said. It's all I know." So that's all he knows about the passing away of this person. The publican joined in with, "By St. Mary, what the child says is right. You'd best be wary. This very year he killed in a large village a mile away, man, woman, serf at tillage, page in the household, children, all there were. Yes, I imagine that he lives round there. It's well to be prepared in these alarms. He might do you dishonor. Ugh, God's arms." The rioter said, "Is he so fierce to meet? I'll search for him by Jesus, street by street. God's blessed bones, I'll register a vow. Here, chaps, the 3 of us together now. Hold up your hands like me, and we'll be brothers in this affair, and each defend the others. And we will kill this traitor Death, I say. Away with him as he has made away with all our friends. God's dignity tonight." So he said they decide that they're going to make a pact together, and they're going to go to this town, to this village where Death has killed so many people, and they are going to kill Death together. They're going to be, they say they're going to defend each other, and they're going to kill this traitor Death. They made their bargain, swore with appetite, these 3, to live and die for one another, as brother born might swear to his born brother. And up they started in their drunken rage, and made towards this village which the page and publican had spoken of before. Many and grisly were the oaths they swore, tearing Christ's blessed body to a shred. If we can only catch him, Death is dead. So if we find Death, we're going to kill him. And they swear to each other. Once again, it emphasizes they're going to live and die for one another, as brother born might swear to his born brother. So they're going to be like brothers and watch each other's backs when they go and try to find Death. When they had gone not fully half a mile, just as they were about to cross a stile, they came upon a very poor old man, who humbly greeted them, and thus began, God, look to you, my lords, and give you quiet. To which the proudest of these men of riot gave back the answer, What, old fool? Give place. Why are you all wrapped up except your face? Why live so long? Isn't it time to die? So this poor old guy, they run into this guy, and he's really old and probably a little scary looking because he's all wrapped up except his face. And the one of the three guys says, Why are you still alive? You look so old, you should be dead. So he insults him right off the bat. The old fellow looked him in the eye and said, Because I never yet have found, though I have walked in India searching round. So it's saying I've been looking for death, I just haven't found him. Village and city on my pilgrimage, one who would change his youth to have my age, and so my age is mine and must be still upon me for such time as God may will. So when it's God's time, that's when I'll go. But for now, I have not found death. Not even death, alas, will take my life. So like a wretched prisoner at strife within himself, I walk alone and wait about the earth, which is my mother's gate. Knocking with my staff from night to noon and crying, Mother, open to me soon. So he's talking about Mother Earth. He addresses the earth as his mother, hence Mother Nature. So that's another example of personification, with Mother being the earth. So that's example 2 of personification in the story. Look at me, Mother, won't you let me in? See how I wither flesh and blood and skin? Alas, when will these bones be laid to rest? Mother, I would exchange for that were best. That wardrobe in my chamber standing there, so long for yours, I for a shirt of hair to wrap me in. She has refused her gaze, whence comes the pallor of my withered face. I would stop and go over it all again since I stumbled over my words, but I don't have time, guys, so I'm just going to keep going. Anyway, so she has refused her grace. So he's talking about Mother Earth refusing to let him pass through her gates, which is why he's still around. But it dishonored you when you began to speak so roughly, sir, to an old man. Unless he had injured you in word or deed. It says in Holy Writ, as you may read, thou shalt rise up before the hoary head and honor it. So he's reprimanding the guys now for being disrespectful and saying you should be honoring the elderly, not treating me the way that you're treating me. And therefore, be it said, do no more harm to an old man than you, being now young, would have another do when you are old. So is this how you want to be treated when you're old? That's what he's asking him. If you should live till then, and so may God be with you, gentlemen, for I must go whither I have to go. So I gotta go. Bye, guys. By God, the gambler said. So one of the three is called the gambler. You shan't do so. You don't get off so easy by St. John. I heard you mention just a moment gone a certain traitor Death who singles out and kills the fine young fellows hereabout. And you're his spy, by God. You wait a bit. Say where he is, or you shall pay for it. By God and by the Holy Sacrament. So he says, wait a minute, I heard you talk about Death, and I think you're his spy, and you need to tell us where Death is. So you've joined together by consent to kill us younger folk, you thieving swine. So he's accusing him now of being Death's spy, and he wants to know where Death is. Well, sirs, he said, if it be your design, oh, find out Death, turn up this crooked way towards that grove. I left him there today, under a tree, and there you'll find him waiting. He isn't one to hide for all your prating. You see that oak? He won't be far behind. He won't be far to find. And God protect you that redeemed mankind. I, and amend you. Thus the ancient man. So the old man tells the guys, if you go up this crooked way or up this path towards this grove, you will see a tree there, and under the tree is where you are going to find Death. So I am going to stop here. One of your assignments is to write down facts as you're reading. So there's a lot of things you could write down based on everything that I just went over. And I will send take 2 of the next part of the story to you tomorrow. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.